Okay, let's see how to do this t-test for lab. I've sent you this page which shows the combined class data. The demographics along the top here were what you put on the paper, and here is your alias name if you gave me one. But everything else appears as just numerical data. So your first step is decide what demographic you would like to compare. So for example, what if I wanted to compare people who took vitamins and those who did not take vitamin supplements? So in this column right here, I see vitamins. If they took vitamins, they put a 1. If they did not, it's a 0. First thing I want to do is sort the whole table by this particular column. And to do that, I go over and I select over all of those particular rows right there, from this row down to the bottom. Okay, so everything is highlighted. I now go up, and on this computer I have a data sorter. So on PC at least, there's a section for Excel that you can click on data, and then I want to sort it right here, and I want to sort it by the column that corresponds to the vitamin, which is column F. And so I'm going to tell it to sort by column F. Now watch this. When I click, I now have it sorted so that all the zeros under vitamin, those are the non-vitamin takers, are together, and all of the vitamin takers are together right there. So let's say I wanted to see if taking vitamins affected your resting heart rate. This is the reclining heart rate in this column. So everything on here corresponds to either a 0 or a 1. And that way I can easily do a t-test. So now I'm ready to go ahead and put in this formula. It's just equals t-test. And you'll notice it instantly knows what I'm doing. So when I type that, I put parentheses open. And now I'm going to tell it I want to compare. And you'll notice here are the zeros. I'm going to go over and click on the data right here that corresponds to the zeros over in the F column. So you see that? There's the zeros, and there's the data that corresponds in the heart rate reclining. Okay, so that's going to be my first array. So now I put a comma right there, and I go over and select the data that corresponds to the 1, which is the vitamin taking. Okay, and now it put it over there. I now put comma 2, and then another comma and a 2, and then close the parentheses and hit return. And there I have it. And that is my p-value now. And if you recall, the p-value, if it's very small, if it's less than 0.05, that means that these two columns or two sets of data are different from each other. If it's larger than 0.05, which this one is, it's a 0.43, then that means these two sets of data are not different from each other. So our conclusion then is that taking vitamins has no effect on reclining heart rate, and that's what you would put in your report. So just do the report with one demographic sorted, and then compare one whichever parameter you want to compare, whether blood pressure, whatever.